Hey, girlfriend, you know who you are. You have big, big dreams. You want to write a book, stand on a TED Talk stage, be a life coach offering wisdom from your RV in Montana, a cafe in Barcelona, or a beach chair in Tulum. Your other girlfriends and your family, they don't always get your biz savvy. Why do you want to leave your JOB? Because you're a C.A.T.S, aka coach, author, thought leader, and speaker. Meet other change makers like yourself and find out how they make it happen. This is the Big Meow podcast.
Welcome to the Big Meow podcast, brought to you by C.A.T.S Networking. I'm your host, Angela Howard, and today I'm with Apryl Beverly, and she has a business called BAAB, Writing and Marketing Services, and this lady knows the power of words and how great messaging can change your business. Welcome, Apryl.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. And thank you for spending time with us today with C.A.T.S and your listeners here. We're all coaches, authors, thought leaders, and speakers. And I see that you help entrepreneurs with their messaging and their words. Tell us more about you and your business.
Absolutely. So I started my business. It'll be 12 years ago in September. My team and I work with entrepreneurs, small business owners, coaches, e-commerce brands, and authors. We take their dull, boring words and transform them into spine-tingling sentences that propel folks without those credit cards and smack the buy buttons, because that's what we all want people to do as business owners, right?
Yeah, there should be a song, Smack the Buy Button.
I actually have one.
You do? When are you going to publish that? We all need that. That would be a good song to wake up to in the morning.
It is. Trust
to motivate. So tell us about, a success story and give us a before and after, say, of this boring words and the after and what it brought to their business.
Absolutely. So I'll give you one of the many, because we have helped our clients generate over 100 million in revenue. So I'll give you one of the very many testimonials that we've gotten, but we have been working with a travel agency. She does a agency where she books the trips as well as coaches other aspiring travel agency business owners how to start their brands as well. So she came to us, I think it was maybe about 2 to 3 years ago now. And she knew exactly what she wanted to say in her content. She knew exactly the emotion and the feeling that she wanted to convey. The issue was she just did not know how to put that into words that would get people to jump up out their seats and get excited and invest in her products and services. So like I said, she's been working with us for about 2-3 years. Last year, she emailed us towards the end of the year and was like, oh my gosh, you guys have helped me make $8 million from your content. We've been writing her sales emails for her. We've been writing blog posts, which she repurposes and turns into video content and other types of content for her audience to be able to absorb. So that's one of the most recent ones that we've had here in the late. So it's so many clients, and it's not just about the revenue that we generate for our clients. It's also them having a succinct message, a very persuasive way to go out to their audience, and knowing exactly what you're selling, having great words to deliver that boost your confidence as well. And you know that sales is all about confidence.
Yeah, well, I do. I'm a confidence coach. So chicken or the egg? All right. So everybody says, who's your avatar? Wait, what do you love to do? So I'm going to ask you as a copywriter and someone who helps with their messaging, what should let's call it a newly born entrepreneur, what should they be focusing on? Should they be marketing to their avatar, or should they be doing what they love? Help us out.
I think you need both. And I know that's probably not the best answer that you're looking for, but let me explain why I say that. When you do what you love, we actually had a conversation. My team had a conversation they just told me about today during a meeting. When you do what you love, it shines through. We just signed on another retainer. And one of the things he said that convinced him to come to us was that he could tell from the very first message that we sent to them that my team loves what they do. They love working for the company. They love delivering content. They love making sure our customers are served. So those things shine through. So you definitely want to make sure that you're zeroing in on your talent, the things that you love, because as a business owner who's first starting out, you're going to spend a lot of time doing that thing. So you really need to love it. The second piece of that is you want to make sure you're maximizing your efforts by taking that thing that you love and marketing it to the people who are going to be able to get the best results from it. So that's why I say it's kind of twofold. You really can't have one without the other. Sure, you can target a market audience, you can target an audience, but if they see that you don't really love it over time, they're not going to want to continue to work with you, because the work is going to show that you lack passion in that area.
Yeah. So part of what I do is help people with that in of itself as a somatic movement therapist. So what made you start this business? What was your inspiration?
So I have had a love for words and writing since I was probably about 4 years old. Like, I used to do crossword puzzles at my grandmother's house, and my aunts and uncles would all gather around and time me, like, how fast can she do this? Like, half the words I couldn't even really read, but I was good at like matching up letters and things. So I've always had a love for writing it. And then over time, as I grew, it just became my escape from the real world. I wasn't a big talker, if you can believe that. So I wasn't a big talker. So I would lose myself in these stories that I would write. And so when I went to college, I knew I wanted to be a writer. My mother wanted me to be the next Claire Huxtable. So my sophomore year, I had to break that to her that I had in fact enrolled in journalism school, and I had no intentions on enrolling in law school. So then when I had my son in 2011, it just all hit me. Like, I had been having, like, I was a marketing communications manager. So all up and through that time, my sole, responsibility at corporations was writing. But then when I had my son, in 2011, it was, I don't want to ask another adult if I can spend time with him. So that's what really sparked me to start the business. And never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that I would grow this thing to a 7-figure agency. I just wanted to, replace my salary, have a good little chill situation. And here I am.
Yeah, I'm real curious if you're still chill with all that business. So I'm curious, prioritize for us. A lot of us are single entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, we're called. And the messaging is so important, but not in the beginning, it's hard to muster up that kind of money for that kind of importance. So prioritize for us the beginnings of a good message. And then, then you need to be broadening your money or your expenditures here, your investment in your message. Give us that priority list, just a short one.
Mm-hmm. So I often tell clients, everything starts with your superpower statement. And what the superpower statement is, that statement that says who you are, what you do, how you do it, who you serve, with a call to action. That message creates the core and the foundation of all the other things you're going to send out in your business. So it's going to create the core of your product description. It's going to create the core of your emails and such, because it anchors your business. Like, every time you go out, you want to make sure that superpower statement stands strong and that it ties into every little piece of content that you create after that. So that's really the starting place. And that's where I advise everyone starts, because once you get that down, which ironically is the shortest yet the most difficult piece to write.
It sure is.
Everything else comes a little bit easier after that.
Yeah. Wow. The superpowers. That's wonderful. Well, so what's your big vision? What's next for you?
I have some incredible things cooking. So I just relaunched my Copy Closet membership, and it's a membership where I teach entrepreneurs, small business owners, how to not just craft their own content, but also understand the persuasive elements of copywriting. So even if they choose to hire a copywriter, they know what they should be looking for from this specific copywriter. Are they following proven frameworks? Are they following templates? Are they, adding all the persuasive elements? I need to go into a sales page. I need to go into an email. So that's the membership. I just relaunched that. And it was really exciting this year because we have a Chat GPT built-in tool that comes along with it. So I have prompts in there that helps them use ChatGPT in the proper way directly from inside the membership. And so what I mean by the proper way is ChatGPT works best when you give it things to write in sections. So for example, let's say you work from a sales page framework, right? Instead of saying, ChatGPT, can you write me a sales page for a business coaching course? Instead, you would say, ChatGPT, I am targeting XYZ with a sales page for the name of the program. Can you write my pain story? So once that's written, can you write my offer? Once that's written, so you just come down the framework. This is how you get the best content from that tool.
Wow. So I'm going to ask a question. The chat bot that you are talking about, the AI, versus that passionate heart writing. Okay. Because I know this AI has become fascinating. I've used it, but it's fun to watch what it comes up with.
Yes.
But you're in the middle of this business. So where do you put your weight on this? Like, is a lot of things being written by AI now, or do we need to still go to our hearts and our own minds to write our copy?
Funny that you asked, because I actually asked ChatGPT that same question. Okay. Oh. Because we had a conversation about it. Okay. So I asked, will AI replace human writers? And it gave a very lengthy response, but the heart of the response was no, because it can never replace the emotion that human writers bring to the content. So even for my members, I tell them that this is a good draft, but you have to go back and put your personality, you have to go back and put your swag on, you have to go back and put your flavor on it and add that emotion that only a human can bring to copy. So AI, from my perspective, is a great drafting tool. It helps us put some words on the page fast, but you got to bring that emotion, you got to bring that feeling, you got to bring that personality and flavor into it, and then that becomes your finished product.
Well, phew. I'm so glad that this robot told us that we can't be replaced.
Exactly. Like, hey, I'm like, you heard it from ChatGPT first, right? You heard it from the AI tool first. I didn't make this up. They said it.
Oh my goodness. So how do we find you, Apryl?
Absolutely. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at BAAB Writing. That's BAAB Writing.
That's very simple and very to the point, because you are the copywriting maven, I believe. Thank you so much for being on our show today. You really, really have enlightened, I know me, and I'm sure the rest of our listeners, on that whole subject of this powerful message. So thank you. Thank you for your time.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I had a blast.
Oh, good. So glad. All right. All the best for you down the road. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Big Meow podcast, sponsored by C.A.T.S Network. If you liked what you heard, please take a moment to subscribe and share this podcast with your friends. You can also join our network filled with positivity and possibility. Visit www.catsnetworking.com to join us and learn more, together with your magical, motivated, and mystical new friends at C.A.T.S Network. Let's transform 1 million lives with your message. Are you feeling isolated, sitting at home in your PJs? Or perhaps you're tired of the comfy sweatpants with holes in them that are hidden just below the camera? I mean, you could puke at the thought of another day of Zoom meetings and reporting to your BOSS. Do you want freedom from your home office desk or the office cubicle? Do you want freedom from your current career? Or are you frustrated that your online biz dreams are going nowhere? It's all too overwhelming. Where do you start? All the tech, the choices, and your message. Yep, I said your message, your brand, your voice. What is it? Do you even know what that means? Do you need a biz coach but don't want to invest the big bucks? Let's face it, being a solopreneur is lonely, but you don't have to do it alone. And here's a solution. Join C.A.T.S Network. C.A.T.S Network is a woman-only membership community exclusively available to you, the life coach or executive coach, the author, the thought leader, or the public speaker. If you identify with this list or want to work on adding some of these to your skill set, C.A.T.S is the place for you. Check us out at www.catsnetworking.com. That's C-A-T-S networking.com. Because let's face it, cats are better together.